Hey, what's up? It's your boy Craig Coffee talking about paradigm shift. What does that even mean, Craig? And what does it have to do with killing your stutter? Well, quite frankly, or bluntly speaking, where you are and where I am, it's vastly worlds apart. But I'm shortcutting it for you so you can get it. But let's take where you are right now. This idea that you're not talking much, that you're not going out much, that you live a lot of the life by yourself, that you live in your own head, that you beat yourself up, which means you talk shit to yourself, how you're not good enough, how you probably hate yourself, probably like me, where you've said, why God, why me, right? All of that shit. The paradigm shift is important, it's critical. It says this, that to go from where you are to where I am, you got to change what you do each day. For example, my once a day challenge of talking to one stranger per day, it's a requirement if you want to really improve your speech in the real world. You don't have to kill your stutter, but if you want to be 25% better or 50% better or more or less, if you want to see noticeable change in the real world, you got to talk to one stranger a day. What I'm trying to clearly say is this, that to kill your stutter, you need to take concrete, specific steps. You need to talk every day. You need to learn how to go from being afraid to talk to telling yourself, this is how you get better. This is practice. This is how you learn how to get as good as me one day, or as good as you would like to get, right? Because it's a personal journey, and I respect that you might not want speech like mine. You might only want yours to be a little bit better, or you might want to feel less anxious. I get it. But practicing daily is a requirement, right? You can't get better speech doing the same shit you've been doing. That's impossible. So you got to get off your ass and start talking once a day minimum, right? You got to play music, work on your emotional state like I've discussed. I have some content about that, right? You got to do things each day, and don't think of it as practice or work. Bullshit. Think of it as this is what you do. This is part of who you are. Because if you look at me, I don't think of talking to strangers as practice, but I do it each day because it's part of who I am now. I've done it for so long. It's practice, right? It's critically important. So this idea of you're transforming yourself from who you are, from being a scared stutterer, not having confidence, not having a reliable way to have good speech, right? That's the hardest part, is when you have good speech one time, but then the next time when you need it, or when you feel like you're going to go out on a date, or when you're going to go talk and you have to have good speech, it's not there for you, right? This is how you earned it. This is how you get it. So the paradigm shift specifically is saying you can't just sit on your ass and get good speech. You got to do things, and you got to do them each day. And if you lie to yourself, that's only going to hurt you, right? And I know the hard part about improving your speech, it's that I can shortcut it, show you, do examples, walk with you while you do it, but I can't do it for you. I wish we could go out in town, because then I could literally stand by you while you do it and provide advice and really help you in the real world. That would be sick. The next best thing is watching this and you going out and trying it yourself. So the paradigm shift is you got to do things each day, right? And you got to start to think about speech in the real world as being strategic. It's not just shit you don't think about. No, it's each moment you've provided thought about how to have the best speech possible, right? So, for example, like if you have a date and you're going to go out, it's not just you show up and you don't think about stuttering, right? And you hope it goes well. Like, that's what I did before. I had a system before. I had a reliable way to have good speech, right? But there's things you can do, which I've shared, about improving your emotional state before the date, and working on what you fill your head with. Instead of the bad memories, the bad stuttering episodes, you fill it with the feelings of successes. You remember the small occasions when you said something well and you felt good, or when someone said, hey, could you say that again? And you said it again, you repeated it, and you killed it the second time too. All of those build confidence. Those are strategically used. So what I'm showing is that going from where you are to walking towards where I am, it's strategy, it's strategic. There's step by steps. It's shifting how you think about the day, right? It's Look, if you want to look at yourself with total transparency, stuttering affects every part of your life. It affects all the decisions you make. It does. All the decisions. And the paradigm shift is saying, okay, stuttering has fucked us. It's really hurt us. The way out of it is by doing a lot of things, right? By talking each day, by playing the music to increase how we feel, because that's critically important, right? If you feel very tired, you got to eat some food. You can eat some candy. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not talking about how to be healthy, but you can't have good speech if you feel exhausted, right? And you can't have good speech or expect to practice on your good speech or try for good speech or work on your speech. For example, if you have an important call that you have to be on, you can't just do work and then at a minute before it starts shifting to the call and have good speech. No, when I was working on and making big progress on my own speech, I realized I had to set aside time before my big work call to work on my mind stuff. There's a paradigm shift. You're leaving the world of not having a plan for good speech, and you're walking into a place where I teach how to be strategic, how to think strategically, right? And you can do this. And look, I stuttered for way too long. It's my hope, because I can't go back and fix myself, that this will help you. And remember the story I had when I was crying in my parents' driveway when I was only 14? Well, I made myself a promise. The promise was that if God could help me kill my stutter or beat my speech impediment, then I would help people do the same. I had no idea how to do it. To be transparent on my part, I don't really want to do this shit because it's not fun for me talking about stuttering and how to kill a stutter. It's much more fun just to go out and be sociable and enjoy the fluency and the new life I have. But a promise is a promise. So that's why this content is out there. Drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I'm your boy, Craig Coffee, and I'm out. Bye.